Well, hello, good morning and welcome to Camilla I. And today we're continuing on my greatest 50 tips for wildlife photography. And the tip from here today is Amor fati, which basically translated means I love it. If you don't love wildlife photography, don't even go there. Just as I love the city of Salisbury, where I live, I also love wildlife photography. So that's why I do it. And that's what gets me up in the mornings. So, yeah, if you don't love it, don't do it. Amor fati. If you don't love it, don't bother doing it. It's not worth getting up in the mornings. So that's the tip from here. Number 5, I think it's number 5. Only do it if you love it. Well, tip number 6 from Harnham Bridge, Salisbury, is limit those expectations. I mean, you can set out with great expectations for the day in wildlife photography, and you can come back with absolutely nothing. So don't set out thinking you're going to get the next cover for wildlife photography today, outdoor photography. It's not necessarily going to happen. So limit those expectations is the tip from Harnham Bridge, Salisbury. Well, here we are at Cricket Field, Harnham, Salisbury, and this is a great location for the kingfisher. Anyway, got the mat out today, and the tip from Cricket Field is exercise. You've got to keep fit. I mean, you may not be Morton Hilmer, you're not going on that exercise to the Himalayas or trekking across the snow, but you've still got to maintain some level of fitness. And it used to be a party piece of mine. I used to be able to do 60 press-ups in a minute. Oh, mad. Don't know how many I can do now, but we'll give it a go. 1, 2, 30, 34, 35, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. 55. God. Anyway, I can hear the kingfisher in the background, so we got the camera set, ready to go and record if it goes to the same position it was last time. Oh, well, now I've recovered my breath again. Oh, yeah, so keep fit is the tip. If you couldn't hear me after all that grunting going on. Need a coffee after all that exercise. Ooh. But, yeah, great spot for the kingfisher. Just seen two fly past me. Very low level. They tend to stay at the same, sort of just hover above the old river, really. Well, as we're having so much fun from this location, I think we'll do another tip while we're hopefully waiting for the kingfisher to land on this perch. But remember, limit your expectations. Earlier tip. Now, another tip is to indeed work on a project, and indeed to capture the kingfisher in this location. I did have to come here on numerous occasions to get the shots, so it's not just a one-off event. I made repeated evening visits in particular to this location to get the kingfisher, and it culminated with a shot that did feature. It made it to the finals of the British Wildlife Photographic Awards Association, kingfisher with a wing stretch in it was low light, it was setting sun, low light, so yeah, linked to that particular shot. And that was using a monopod, the monopod with 3 feet, to so I was flexible enough just to get in on the action rather than set like this sort of position. I was able to a bit more flexibility with the subject. But yes, the tip is set yourself a project or a particular subject and just concentrate on that specifically, because that can be really advantageous. You really get to know your subject and the project, the focus, and that zones in, hones in your wildlife and your technique, and yeah, you can really master it one subject at a time. So the tip from Middle Street, Harnham, is that the majority is not always correct. The majority of shots that are produced are pictorial record shots, and if you want to create that winning shot, you do have to create something that's a little bit exceptional, a little bit out of the usual. And now, unless a shot has got some particular action in, or it's an unusual subject, you're not going to win necessarily. So these days the competition has gone up a gear. Everybody can create those magical images, and indeed it's incredible what you can get on an iPhone. You have to step out of the usual to get that shot, that winning shot, and you have to get up and do all the other tips as well to get a winner. Well, over the years at Middle Street Meadow, Harnham, I have got some very good shots of the Reed Warbler in this very location. So, yeah, anyway, link to some shots of Reed Warblers taken in this location, because I'm not going to get anything today at this rate. So it was just as well I was making this video. So just in Blue Peter fashion, here's some I made earlier. Yeah. Well, this will have to be the final tip for today, and yeah, I've forgotten what it was, so I'll have to look it up. Yeah, so the final tip of today, I think it's tip number 11, Running out of time, waffled on far too long as usual. Sorry about that. It's going to be muscle memory. And, oh, that was a good bit, wasn't it? Just when I remembered that was there, my muscle memory got me to take the leg over there. Oh, superb. Anyway, yeah, no, muscle memory. Getting used to your camera to such an extent that you just know instantly how to turn it on, or how to take the lens cap off, all helps. How to zoom in, how to zoom out, how to flick that aperture and shutter speed as quickly as possible, set the compensation dial without looking, you know, and yeah, set your mode button. Muscle memory, that's the tip from Middle Street, Harnham, the final tip of the day, muscle memory. So yeah, remember muscles. Well, I hope you're gaining something from these tips episodes on Camilla and I. I got absolutely nothing today, no photos whatsoever. I think I got a tiny bit of footage of the kingfisher, but that's debatable. Well, just to say thanks for watching Camilla and I today. Have a good one, and hope to see you in the next section of tips